I'm really excited to take a couple of minutes and share with you what I think is a wonderful story about someone being obedient and open to God's calling and the impact that's making in a really important part of our world. I'm talking about Honduras, and the ministry is CAMO. It's short for Central American Medical Outreach. Is that right?
That is right.
All
yes.
right. And Kathy, who's the founder of the organization, joins us for a couple of minutes today. My heart is just touched by the work you guys are doing and have been doing for a number of years. So if you could, 30,000-foot view, just to start our conversation here, what is CAMO? What do you do?
All right. So the large view is CAMO was started in 1993, and it was started after my Peace Corps experience as an RN at that public hospital in Santa Rosa de Copan in Honduras. And so I witnessed incredible deaths and just not being able to care for patients because of not having equipment. Came home, became a critical care nurse, saw the need, had flashbacks. I saw in my patients' eyes the patients that I held and died in Honduras. And so I tried to forget for 8 years and had reoccurring dreams. Reoccurring dreams took me back to Honduras in 1989. And that's when it was very obvious that my purpose of life was different. And when I opened the big French doors that led me to the courtyard of the hospital, and the hospital branches off. It goes into wings like a French design, so there's wards that branch off. When I opened those doors the second time in '89, the conditions were worse. And that's when God brought me to my knees and said, you know, if I've given you the skills, the ability and everything, and you don't use them, then you're culpable for the issues. So I came home and saw what I could do, and mainly it was we focused on equipment and then training people on how to repair the equipment and use the equipment in that medical field. So we started mentoring people and building capacity at that point in time, and that was 28 years ago.
All right, now CAMO, first of all, what's really neat, although the outreach is to Honduras, you're local, you're right from Orville, right?
Yeah, I never moved out. Everyone says, oh, your organization should be in Washington, D.C., you get more money, you know, all that. And no, I'm homegrown,
yes.
Orville, Ohio, Kidron area, Wayne County.
Yep.
And I love the country. But also I bloomed where I was planted. So what I've done with the exception of this year, I've been in Honduras about 5 months every year, and in the United States the rest of the time. And then we have a facility, a warehouse, where we bring in over about an average of about $2 million worth of medical equipment and supplies a year that are donated to us, and ship that down. And then that feeds into our 22 programs that we have.
Yes.
And in Honduras, we serve an average of 110 to 150,000 patients every year.
Wow. Did you hear that? 150,000 people. It's amazing. What I'm excited about, and what I know everyone watching is going to be excited about, is just the very practical nature of what you do. There are people in Honduras, adults, seniors, children, that are unnecessarily dying or living the rest of their life with severe medical issues, unhealthy dental issues. The list goes on and on and on, and it's preventable. It's preventable. And your work, your ministry at CAMO is so practical. Just tell us how it works, because this is a really, what would you say, a boots on the ground type of thing. In other words, you're directly helping people.
Yeah, I really believe in the common sense, practical approach.
Yes.
I'm kind of a no-nonsense person. So I've been very focused on bringing that health care to the individuals in the most effective way possible. So by doing that, it's been by building capacity in Honduras. So our dental program, we have full-time dentists, and we have full-time volunteer dentists in Honduras that are Honduran, going out to their villages, serving their own people. And what we do here is we get the equipment and everything they need, and then the training they might need on that equipment and mentorship, and we're helping to fill those gaps in those areas. So dental is one thing, and these kids don't have to suffer. We go out to, well, right now we have contracts with 13 different municipal governments, and with that we have units in each one of those places, dental units,
yes.
complete dental clinics, and the dentists go out Honduran dentists go out, volunteer their time to take care of all the children in that village or all the people in that village. So we're able to really impact, and that's just the dental program. Also, we have the prosthetic, we have the ophthalmology now that through the Counterpart system for 28 years, they now have built that family that we counterparted in with Dr. John Thomas out of Worcester, Ohio, and now Kevin Waltz out of Indianapolis. We've been able to counterpart, and they've been able to complement that. Now it's the largest eye clinic in Central America.
Oh, that's
and
incredible.
The sons of that ophthalmologist
Yes.
have become ophthalmologists, married ophthalmologists, and now his last daughter is studying in Germany to become an ophthalmologist. So you have this building up of capacity, and all those kids, they're not kids anymore, but all those children now are volunteering and going out to the villages. And just Christmas, we found a woman that had a baby that never seen her baby. She developed cataracts about 4 months before giving birth. And so about 6 months after birth, we found her, removed the cataract, 20/20 vision, saw our baby for the first time. I mean, the joy that comes out of these programs are just wonderful.
We would want that for anybody. And what I love about that, I think of that part of the Bible we're all familiar with. In Matthew chapter 25, I was hungry, you brought me food. I was thirsty, you brought me water, etc. But now we have the ability not just to bring food and water, but like you say, a prosthetic so someone can live their life and maybe work productively, or an ultrasound for a mom, or a surgery, a cataract surgery, so someone can see, or so someone doesn't have to be gravely ill because they have impacted teeth. It's such a wonderful expression of the hands and feet and ministry of Jesus. And so, boy, I think it's right on target. How can people find out more about what you do at CAMO and they can maybe get involved? There could be someone listening right now, always with a conversation like this, someone saying, I've been looking for that one ministry that I say, that's my connection. That's what I want to do. I want to commit my time or my resources to that. How can people find out more?
Well, certainly, our website, www.camo.org, so camo.org, camo.org.
Well, I'm hoping that by telling everyone who's watching about CAMO that maybe they'll be touched and want to be involved in the work that you do. It was how many years ago that
1993 is when we incorporated.
Okay, so 93, around that time, you received a message on your heart from God, and it just wouldn't stop until you stepped out in faith. And there might be someone watching today, and they would say, you know what, this is the type of thing I wanted to find a way to get involved in. And so through prayer and through means and through finances and whatever they have, maybe they can get involved and support the work of CAMO.
That would be great. And it wasn't a divine, light from the sky or anything. It was 8 years of a reoccurring dream and being pounded with the eyes of my patients and until I just basically God brought me to my knees. And so I was a reluctant Christian of not wanting to do this. I mean, I was living the American dream. I was a triathlete. I was partying. I was having a great time.
You've got your career, right, as an RN. You just never know, though. The things that we go through in our life, we have one design or plan, or we think we know or can forecast how it's going to go, but sometimes God has something entirely different and better in mind, and that was the case with CAMO. Kathy, this wonderful conversation. Glad to hear about the work. Prayers for you, for wisdom and guidance, and for the resources to keep making a difference.
Thank you, Glenn, for the opportunity.